Hey everyone, hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys had an awesome Christmas and New Year's Eve. So, I am just drinking some hot chocolate and we are going to talk about fidgets. But we're not going to talk about fidgets in the way you probably think we are going to talk about them. We are going to talk about how to offset your fingerprint with fidgets. So I thought that it would be a good idea because I'm sure some of you guys are like, well, I thought she was all about being zero waste and eco-friendly, so why is she buying all these fidgets? So I thought it would be a good idea to sit and drink something and talk about it. So grab a drink and let's talk. So first off, I first started getting into the fidgets from working with kids because they come for show and tell, or they bring them to work on their backpacks, and you almost always see them, and so it's just so cool to see what they bring. And so I really got into them through that. And so that was like when I first started getting into them, besides also having a close friend who also really loves them, and she really got me into them as well. And I partly blame her as well, but in a good way. And so, but I also wanted to point out that there are ways you could offset your fingerprint, because fidgets aren't necessarily the most sustainable option. And personally, I really love them because I hope to become like a school counselor, and I think they would be great for working with kids as a school counselor, for them to play with something while we do our counseling session, as well as if I were to work with children with autism. I think they would just be such a great tool, and that is a huge part of why I love them and have been working on my collection. But I also have been working on getting things for a video that I'm going to do by buying things from secondhand stores like Poshmark, and I am considering doing one for using Facebook Marketplace. So let me know if you would want to see that as well. I probably won't do the Facebook Marketplace one until next month though, just because the Poshmark ended up being a little bit more expensive than I expected, but I also found some pretty awesome deals. So that was really cool, and they were really friendly. So I'm really excited to see how this turns out. But you don't have to buy secondhand if you don't want to. You could still buy from small shops. There's a shop called Mrs. Bench, and I plan to do a review on her shop. And there's also a slime shop by Nicole Jacqueline, and both of them are small business owners, and you could be supporting a small business by shopping through their shop. And so there are those options, as well as doing things like taking looking at how much you spent on fidgets and deciding okay, I'm going to take this amount of money that I spent on fidgets, whatever that amount is, even if you don't take maybe you just do a proportion of it rather than doing all $50 of it. You just do, not that you spent $50, just an example, you only do $30 or $20 of it, and you donate it to an animal rescue, or you do it towards food pantry or something, and you donate towards that. Or you try to do something go through what you have, just decluttering, do something like that. Try to get rid of some things and donate to places that could probably use something. I also find that one thing that's also really helpful is to look at fidget trading, because that is a really popular thing right now. And so it's you're still giving that fidget that you necessarily don't use anymore a second home, even if you brought it firsthand. You're giving it a second home by fidget trading with someone else. So it's sure, fidget trading seems like the crazy thing right now, but it's still actually a pretty sustainable thing because you're actually like, trading fidgets and giving them new homes rather than them going into like, a possible place where they could end up in the landfill or something like that. So those are some ideas that I had. But I would love to hear your ideas down in the comments, and please keep them like nice and friendly rather than like just saying like, well, you could just not buy fidgets or something, because I feel like that it is a very popular thing right now, and a lot of people like actually find them really helpful. So I just don't want it to be like that it turns into a controversial topic. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!